Hey, it's Jeff from Pondoff's Anonymous. We've been talking about recovery and real-life stuff for a long time, and now we've got something that fits right into that world. It's our new coffee, Light in the Dark, a bold Colombian dark roast we made with Long Story Coffee. If you spent any time in recovery, you know coffee is a part of the deal. In the rooms, with friends, early mornings, late nights, this roast matches that energy, smooth, steady, and honest. And every bag helps support the work we do on the show. Grab Light in the Dark at pondoffsanonymous.com. Start your day the way so many started recovery, with a cup and a little light.
Pondoff's Anonymous is brought to you in part by McKelvey Insurance. Let's be honest, insurance sucks until you need it. That's why I fuck with McKelvey Insurance. These folks aren't just slinging quotes like robots. They're actual humans who solve real problems. Whether it's personal or commercial insurance, McKelvey works with over 30 companies to make sure you've got the best coverage at the best price without the bullshit. You're not just a number to them. They build real relationships. So when life changes, or your rates do, they've got your back. They'll shop around again and again to make sure you stay protected without ever overpaying. Call or text 618-623-0080 or hit up McKelveyINS.com. That's McKelvey, McKelveyINS.com. McKelvey Insurance. Quick solutions to real-life insurance problems anywhere in Illinois or Missouri. Guys, let me tell you about my good friends at Light Source. Light Source Psychotherapy in Belleville, Illinois is a small group practice committed to providing individual, group, and family therapy, as well as clinical and reflective supervision to those in the helping field. Check them out at findyourlightsource.com. They're the best in the business, my friends. I know them personally and well enough to tell you and put my name and word on it. If you're struggling with mental health, family issues, addiction, grief, you name it, give my friends Chaz and Holly a call. Their private practice is life-saving, and they will help you find your light.
I'll react if I had to. Put some things in the past too, and don't let them distract you, but react if you have to. I'll react if I had to. Put some things in the past too, and don't let them distract you, but react if you have to. React if you have to, Don't know the time, just know that I'm, one of a kind, What's on your mind, Well, hard to find, Beautiful mind, Still in my prime, Just know that I'm here.
Well, here we are. Let us pray to start off because Jeff Allen, the brains behind this podcast, is not here, but he got us all set up technologically.
Yeah, I think you did that too. Jeff helped, and then you did.
I had to press the buttons. He did give very good, specific instructions, and I see everything should be recording. So to our wonderful guest who drove out here to join us tonight, if this fails, I'm going to send you a big check as an apology, and then we'll have you back out.
Okay, sounds good.
But I think we're good. Your button's working, right? It says record.
Yeah.
That's not, you didn't.
I don't know
show
where
any confidence. Did you watch the video he sent us?
No.
Okay. So does that look like it's recording? There's like a timer. It's in red.
It's the same as it normally does when I'm sitting here.
Right. Okay. So I think we're good. There's a camera there. Shelly, that one's for you. That's for Zoe. And let's get this shit show started.
I like to look in the camera sometimes when he says something crazy.
Okay.
And I don't know if anybody watches other than my mom, but I like to look in the camera. Solidary.
Elaine, stop watching. Shelly, how do I pronounce your last name?
Oh, boy. Viverito.
Oh, Viverito.
Really not that hard. Everybody makes it harder than what it is, but yeah.
I thought that it was that, but I just wanted you to say it first so I didn't butcher it.
Yeah. Right. Nice German name. Yeah.
It is. It does. It sounds like you're from my boot.
Sicilian.
Yeah, there we go. Is it your maiden name? Are you married into a Sicilian? Okay.
Yes and no, I'm not married, and it stays that way.
Congratulations.
Thank God.
How'd you dodge that bullet?
Godspeed.
No kidding.
You inspire.
A bunch of crappy relationships, so it's just me and the dog. Yeah.
Well, I love your cross.
Well, thank you.
And do you know where about in Sicily that you are from?
Cicero,
Okay.
I think.
I've been told Grandma Ouija, my dad's mom, was from just a village outside of Palermo, and they came over. She ended up in an orphanage. It was just a whole thing, but yeah, her last name was Guidoni, and then my great grandpa married a Mulotti. Oh, all of these awesome
Guidoni,
vowels, and I got stuck with Pondoff because of Ellis Island. Fuckers.
I love that you can cuss. I just love that.
Yeah, sorry. I'm undiagnosed Tourette's. Can I say that? 2025?
I don't know. I'm not the one to ask today.
All right. Oh, it's one of those always having a day today.
But we're all here now and we're chatting. We're having a good time.
We are. She got stuck in LA traffic on the way here.
I'm a small town girl. I'm not.
So you grew up in St.
Yeah, I grew up in St. Louis, in the city, just right on the outskirts of the hill. So,
Okay.
Born and raised Catholic.
Okay.
Catholic
St.
grade
Ambrose?
school. No, I actually went to Epiphany of Our Lord.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah. So
Zoe works on the hill.
Yeah, I'm like, there's a bunch of little kids that come in from those schools after school, or like some of them came in midday the other day. I was like,
Just Apple paying for
yeah, don't you guys have something to
matchas?
Yeah. I was like, are you? Anyway, yeah, I work at Cafe Dolce.
10-year-olds giving you attitude because you're fucking slow on the espresso machine.
And you're triggering me.
I'm triggered.
Because it's they who order the frappuccinos.
Mm-hmm.
It is never. That's it. That's all I'm saying. Anyway, I work on the hill. I love it.
She sure does.
Wait. So did you spend a lot of time on the hill as a kid? Or is it
not
just
really
like...
on the hill because we're more on the outskirts. But
Yeah.
I went to Catholic high school as well. So
Where's Epiphany?
It's on Smiley and Ivanhoe off of Watson.
Okay.
Yeah.
I got you.
Yeah. And then St. Elizabeth Academy is where I went to all girls high school. That's off of Grand, which it's been closed for years. I think it's like a magnet school now or something.
Okay.
So, yeah.
Are you, I'm sure I know, and we'll get into the holidays probably being not so great, but do you go all out Italian on Christmas? Because if you don't, you're welcome to come over.
Oh, okay.
We do.
Yeah. We used to. My family has really, really shrunk.
Okay.
So it's just really my dad, stepmom, my sister, my brother-in-law, my niece, and my mom's gone, stepdad's gone, my son's gone. So it's really kind of small.
Okay. We everybody asks at our Italian Christmas party if we're doing the 7 fishes, and we don't because nobody eats fish.
Yeah.
I mean,
What kind of fish?
it's all kinds of different fishes that they typically put together. My brother-in-law does still he's out in LA. They go nuts. I mean, I'll eat fish. I like some, but I don't like, I'd rather also eat my grandma's meatball recipe. And,
Yeah. That's what we did, spaghetti and meatballs.
And manicotti and,
Guys, I'm really hungry.
time.
Oh, sounds good.
So, but Viviano's closed.
Mm-hmm.
De Gregorio's bought them,
Mhm.
and this is our first. Since my grandma, so East St. Louis Italians, and they moved up to Belleville, and she would still like once a week go to Viviano's was her grocery store.
Mm-hmm.
Drive from Belleville, Illinois, all the way to the hill.
Oh.
So we've been going forever. So I had to go to De Gregorio's recently to kind of make sure they had what we needed, do a little recon mission.
Mm-hmm.
And they're great. They're a good family. I'm glad they, it's not just closing. There's nothing. That's usually what can happen to like old neighborhoods like that. But the Hill's one of my favorite places, and it's not my favorite place in the city.
What are they gonna put there? Do we know yet?
Mm-mm. I think they bought the building. I'm not sure. I can't imagine that building was old, and who knows? Hopefully something. like I said, I love the hill, and I've always wanted to live there, but I would put on 350 pounds and, parking. So
yeah, parking's not the best. And Missouri Bakery's not there anymore because they had that fire, I think, and they never reopened.
Missouri Bakery's there. It's, they're on Edwards.
Oh, I thought they were closed.
They're on Edwards. I think there's a different bakery that was, but because Missouri Bakery's in like this big family drama right now with.
Whoa.
Oh,
yeah. So
closed. Okay.
The Lordos and I don't want to say too much, but the Favazas are.
Favaz.
Yeah, and I know both sides of the both families. So it's not, to be honest, they have these apple cream cheese tarts that are my favorite thing. I got 2 in my fridge almost at all times, and I don't care what kind of bloodshed the families have here. They better not fuck with my apple cream cheese.
Right. We have one request.
I love cannoli. I brought over. Friday we're recording. They had the Christmas party here at IRC, and I couldn't make it, so my own self-imposed tariff was 2 dozen cannoli and a big tray of Italian cookies.
I'll bet you didn't get it from Dolce, did you?
Of course not. No, I got it from Missouri Bakery. No offense to Dolce. But it's just, it's like comparing. Okay, I'll stop. I'm
like wondering, this is such a hot take. No one's ever, people all the time come in, oh, we had cannoli down there. It was so bad. We came back in here,
They're lying to you. They're not coming to Dolce for cannoli.
Happens all the time. Happens all the time. You're the only one.
No, this is poor judgment for you to talk about this. I
can't eat cannoli.
Anyway.
But I go by the input of the locals.
Okay.
They're good.
Yeah. Shelly, I'm sorry that, apologize for Zoe, for a second here. She just tries to get into my cage a little bit sometimes, and, I'm not gonna let it happen. I'm too strong. When we started doing this podcast, we were throwing names at the wall, like who we couldn't wait to get on, and our one of our co-hosts and esteemed colleague Jacob Miller, almost instantly is like, you got to get Shelly.
Oh, that's very nice.
And I was like, great. And you and I emailed and had some schedules, had to reschedule. So here we are a couple weeks right before Christmas, and finally got to make it happen. And I'm so excited to have you, so excited for you to share your story from the beginning as you are comfortable. And because there's no bigger gift to us to have a microphone and a space for a mother like you to come and share with the audience what you're about to share. Because it's just gut-wrenching stuff, and it's unspeakable and unimaginable, especially from, I think I told you on the phone, I am a mama's boy through and through, but I also will never know what it feels like to be a mom, and I believe in that. There's something very special about that. So to go through what you went through is just absolutely unimaginable. It's a humbling honor to have you here.
Thank you. I'm honored to be here.
What's your son's name?
My son's name is Nick.
Nick. And Nick was one of us. Nick battled. When did it start going? Or was it from a young age?
Well, at a young age, he's at 13, I guess, he started, the smoking pot, sneaking out of the house, just stupid stuff like that. And then he always suffered with, depression and anxiety and kind of low self-esteem. And when he got into his mid-20s, he had back surgery because they found out at 25 years old he had full-blown osteoporosis, which we know is old person. Well,
right.
I'm old, but I'm
you don't look a day over 40.
Well, thank you. I'll be 65 in June.
Good.
But thank you. But he had full-blown osteoporosis. So
What age?
25.
Okay.
Yeah. And he was one of those cases down at SLU that every week the doctors they were baffled why he got this, older person's disease.
Right. When I hear osteoporosis, I think nursing home.
Yeah, I mean, I have it, and it's painful. So he had the surgery. They fused his back, and then he went to pain management, and that's where the addiction began, right there. And then he got hooked on opioids and was drinking and self-medicating, the typical things, when you have depression and anxiety. So when he was of age, and I couldn't do anything to stop it, and the doctor was clearly prescribing him the opioids when he clearly didn't need them anymore. By then he was hooked. And so then it kind of got worse and worse. And then he, went on to other things, and then he started stealing and, all of those things. And at one point he had 7 felonies on his record.
Wow.
And he was in and out of jail. Everything that comes with that. And then his DOC was crystal meth, which I call it the devil drug, as we talked about. I think it's worse than heroin. It turned my son into, he was so kind and loving and sweet and silly and funny. It turned him into the devil, somebody that I didn't even know anymore. And as I speak at Harris House about every 6 or 7 weeks, and I share my journey and my son's journey. And, there's a point in the story where I say, literally, I locked my bedroom door at night. I was so afraid he was going to kill me in my sleep. That's how bad it was.
But
and
you still let him live with you? You were still like,
yeah, he would, I'd kick him out because he'd be verbally abusive. And, he never stole from me ever.
Really?
No, never did, which I was kind of shocked at that.
Me too.
Yeah, he never did, but
that's
yeah, he never did. Not that I'm aware of.
Yeah.
Yeah, and so
there's nobody off limits when you're at the deepest pit of addiction and you're stealing to feed it.
Right.
And usually moms and grandmas who people sober minds are like, how could you steal from them? And it's like, tell me it's not a disease when it's making me steal from my mom and grandma. Usually the first one's getting
exactly
taken.
Well, I think his theft and stealing things, that's how he was trying to get his money.
Sure.
But he was, he would, stay with us because, I'm a mother. And I couldn't stand the fact if my son died on the street. There were points where, he would live with me. I would kick him out because I couldn't take it anymore. Back and forth. And then at one point, it was the summer, it was July of 2019. I was working from home that day, and he had come to the house, and he was purple and his legs were swollen and he was just not breathing. And so he said, Mom, can you please take me to the hospital?
Wow.
Took him to the emergency room, and they said they got him in immediately. And they said if I would have gotten him there an hour later, he would have been dead. He was in complete congestive heart failure.
I was going to ask what it was.
Yeah, congestive heart failure.
From the meth?
From the drug abuse. And so he was in intensive care for 10 days. He had drugs in his backpack. I saw those, took him out. He was pissed off, the whole time he was in there at me. I pick him up 10 days later, and he gets home because I brought him home, of course, with me, and jumps in his car and went to use.
Yeah.
So that was not rock bottom for him. He had many, many rock bottoms. My son did. And he was in and out of Harris House a bunch of times and would relapse, which Harris House was great for him, though. He did well. And then when he had the 7 felonies on his record, he went to court, and the judge ordered him to go to drug court. So he did that for 18 months. And he said, if you complete drug court, all your felonies will be wiped clean. He did it. He had to, random test.
Can I ask what?
Oh, yeah, random. He had to go to so many meetings. He had to have a job, all of that. He completed all of that, 18 months sober, and graduated from drug court, clean record. And unfortunately, when he came out, he started hanging out with some guys in drug court. They started using again, and so did he. So he became a full-blown addict again. So he didn't get away from, people that were using.
Let me stop you real quick. Ask a couple questions. So when he started and was being overprescribed pain meds and got on what we call an opioid addiction. Did he ever graduate to heroin?
No.
Okay.
He did tell me one time, this is before I knew he was on crystal meth. I didn't know what he was doing.
I'm just going to closer.
Oh, okay.
There, I don't knock your water.
Okay.
Sorry. I just want to make sure that without our guru.
That's okay. He
Perfect.
came to the house one day and he said that he had tried heroin. He said it really, really scared him. And he went through all of his savings, whatever that was at the time. He said, I'm not doing it anymore, Mom. And at the time, I didn't know what he was doing, what he was on. He hadn't told me. So he did that once, and that was it.
Really?
The crystal meth was his.
Yeah, that's where I was. That when you said that, I was wondering when it went from, because what you look at is downers, which is what opioids and heroin are considered, to an intense speed. I mean.
Oh, yeah. He stayed up one time, saw him stay up for 10 days.
Holy.
Yeah, that's.
10 days. No sleep.
You want to talk about psychosis?
I was
Yes.
just watching. Yeah, I was
Yes.
just watching stuff about this.
The psychosis was really, and unbeknownst to me, I don't know anything about drugs. And when he would have a towel and a blanket over his television in his room. He thought the FBI was watching him. He thought I was the mastermind behind it all. He would tell me that my grandpa's following me. Why did you follow me, Mom? And he thought I was the mastermind. So all of his anger was directed towards me. And that's when I would get really scared, because he just the look in his eye, it really, and a couple times I had to call, 911 on him, because he woke me up at 4 a.m. He was seeing bugs and all kinds of psychosis was horrible.
Yeah.
It was bad.
I mean, without meth, if you try it, sleep deprivation can cause insane hallucinations and realities that are not happening.
Yeah.
It's seen people go there that without any drugs. I've seen stress. I've seen people they abuse Adderall like it's meth and don't sleep, and they start hallucinating and become psychotic. And you get so worried when somebody's in that state that it's just permanent. It usually isn't. I've heard some stories of it being, because meth does so much damage to your brain.
It does.
Than, what opioids really fuck up your dopamine and your responses to them. I mean, this is ether and chemicals under your sink that you're cooking and smoking to get high. And it's hard to treat in treatment centers. There's not really
there's no detox for it. No,
yeah.
Not like alcohol there's no detox.
Right. I mean, we can try to give you comfort stuff, but you're going to go through it. It's worth it for those that are listening. You got to, because life is better. We'll make it comfortable. But there is no MAT standard.
So you just have to ride it out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, basically, we can give you some comfort meds and try to help catch you as you're coming down to get you some sleep. And then finally, you'll catch up on some sleep, and
you'll sleep for 3 days.
Yeah.
Because there were times where he would just sleep, and I would
body just needs a rest,
and I would go shake him and make sure he was breathing. It was just he had been up for so many days, and I wouldn't eat. He got he got so skinny.
Yeah.
The paranoia too. You see, I don't have stats to back this up, but there's a lot. I'm sure they're out there. You fresh out of Brown School. She's our MSW I'd say on staff, but that would imply that I'm paying on tape.
Volunteer. He said he'd pay me if I showed up on time at least once. I just haven't yet.
Got to work on
that. Yeah.
She's got to build some margin. We're going to work on the margin. When you hear about a violent unhoused person that does something crazy, may attack someone. I mean, it's typically an induced psychosis from or lack of sleep. I mean, and then you hear, then that's when all the stigma comes out about unhoused folks being unsafe and people, get into all that, but it's usually from a psychosis from meth, because these guys and gals don't want to go to sleep. They're scared. They're scared to go to sleep because they're going to get robbed, assaulted. If you're a female, God knows what will happen if you go to sleep, living on the streets. And then it's just a horrible cycle. And
Yeah.
you can't get it. You'll do anything to get it. Rob,
Yeah.
steal.
Yeah, there was one point too where my son had his own place, and he told me that he slept for 2 days, coming down, whatever, slept for 2 days, and he just happened to wake up in time, and his roommate was stealing all of his things,
Right.
and he just happened to wake up and catch him.
Mm-hmm.
So I, learned a lot, witnessed a lot, and it was really, really scary. And no matter how much we told him, we weren't following him, we weren't with the FBI, we weren't.
Right.
It's
not logical.
He believed what his mind was telling him.
It was a reality to him.
Yeah, it was. It really, really was. And it was as a mom, as anybody witnessing that, it's very scary.
And you said before you were hitting some things I wanted to kind of expound on. It's really important. A lot of moms that I've talked to in your shoes, I mean, when you're raising kids through elementary school, you don't go and get yourself all studied up on what happens when your kid starts using meth or heroin. So like by the time they're using and deep into addiction, moms don't know. They're way ahead of you.
Mm-hmm.
So at what point did you realize this was out of control and had to go learn? Because I mean, you don't seek this type of knowledge when you're
yeah,
in Charlie's age. You don't want to go there.
Right. Well, he was, by this time he was in his 30s. And so I didn't know what to do until I got connected with Learn to Live Recovery. Okay. Which, wonderful. That's where he got his sobriety. Love Matt Bowersox.
We want to talk a lot about him.
David, everybody there. That's where my son was happy and welcomed and loved and understood. But before Learn to Live, I was so desperate. I was afraid my son was going to die.
Sure.
I didn't know what to do. And so I reached out, they had those commercials on there wanting to call us, we'll help you. So I had paid $2,500 for an interventionist to come, thinking maybe that would help.
Sorry. Yeah.
And he had a place in California. My son refused to go with him that night, but the next day he did go, got on a plane, paid for a plane ticket. He went to, got to think of the name of the place now. Basically, it was Scientology based.
Beautiful.
$33,000 for 1 month for me for a loan. They got him out there. He did nothing but sleep the entire 28 days he was there. He got no treatment.
Nice programming.
Nothing. He got nothing. And so my son finagled. He had taken some money with him. He managed to get to an airport, hop on a plane, and get back to St. Louis.
Mm.
Did you were you in contact with him while he was out in California?
Yes, I would call the counselor. My son would not talk to me the whole time he was there. He wouldn't talk to me.
Were you on an ROI? Do they even, I don't know how they do things there, but.
I would just talk to the counselor a couple times a week. Oh, he's doing okay. And
so they would give you updates. Okay.
Yeah. But they were giving me a bunch of crap is what they were giving me, because I found out later after he had gotten out of there, an attorney actually contacted me and said that there was a lawsuit against them.
Ding.
But in order for me to get involved in the lawsuit, I would have to cough up another $5,000. I said, I can't do that. Can't do it. So, yeah.
Oh, I'm so sorry.
I've been involved in one intervention. It was horrible.
Yeah.
I'm sure I know people have had them and they've worked. My problem with interventions is they are predicated on a lie. So you usually have to lie to your loved one or to the person that the loved ones asked you to help. You have to lie to them to get them to the room, and then you ambush. Like that. I mean, they feel ambush.
Yeah.
Well, yeah. And I think a lot of the whole issue is, when your brain gets so stressed because your basic needs aren't met. And then the dysregulated brain is like nothing scarier than someone who's scared. And so ambushing someone who's already on the fritz of, whatever they're battling. It's like, that doesn't sound comforting or inspiring
and then I feel like those people, they just preyed on me. I'm desperate. I don't want my son to die. This was so new to me. I thought, my first thought was, let's get him out of the state. Let's get him somewhere else.
Sure, which is good thinking. I mean, we support that. If there's people that have to, I mean, we talked about Eric, and you've met Eric. Mm-hmm. He went to Florida, and then New Jersey. He had to get out of here, but he went to places that were trustworthy and doing it the right way, and his mom was gone, so she had passed. But I totally get what you're saying. Like, you want to go prey on a scared mom. That's an easy target.
Yeah.
Like, you're not like some fucking like wizard scam guy because you're going after low hanging fruit, a desperate mom. You take advantage of them. What a piece of shit.
Yeah. Well, what wound up happening too is after, and my thinking was, okay, I don't have a car payment. I was paying $600 a month on this loan. Okay, it's like having an expensive car. I never had a $600 a month car payment. But so then a couple months after he was out of there, I had some really nice lady from there contact me. And she said, because he didn't stay there the whole time. He wasn't there. He was there maybe 20 days. She contacted me and she said, Shelly, we're going to refund you $12,000.
Wow.
Oh. Which I don't even know where that came from. So they did reimburse me the $12,000, but still that was a chunk of change that I paid. Like $21,000 or something like that.
Sure, for
nothing, for him to sleep.
You have to, just knowing, what I know about this quote unquote industry is, when you're an insurance private facility, we have to, as a client, you have to have X amount of hours of education and groups and clinical work, and you can't just sleep for 20 days. Like, you won't get, insurance won't pay for that. They'll tell you to take a hike because you're not treating the client.
Yeah.
And I can see how when you prey on a desperate mom, there's no amount that they wouldn't pay to have to save their son or daughter.
Right.
They're not, there's no accountability on their program. They got the money, and
which is
good on them for sending you some back. That shocks. That's
yeah.
So when he got home, and you had mentioned that there was the drug court for 18 months where, it sounds like there was sustainable clean time if he was being, and I don't just, listen, passing drug test isn't what I'm going to sign off on sustainable clean time. There's ways around that.
Right.
But there was other benchmarks he had to meet. It sounds like part of that drug court job, other things he had to do that he was doing, which are signs of signs of working a program and being in recovery. I can imagine how thrilled and how much sleep you got during that 18 months. But then for him to then meet the guys and fall back out, that had to just sink you.
It did. I mean, families, as we know, it's a family disease, and you've got the ups, you've got the downs. And, my ex would say to me at the time when we were together, he would see me get my hopes up. Of course, when he was doing well, of course I'm going to get my hopes up. And he'd say, well, he'd put a negative spin on it. And he'd be like, well, I don't want you to get your hopes up. And I would tell him all the time, I'm like, if I don't have hope, I have nothing. Right. Even if I have hope for 2 days, it's something.
Personal question. Sorry. Was this his dad?
No.
Okay.
No.
So, but yeah, hope is powerful too. Right? Yeah. Tell a mom not to hope that her son gets.
Yeah. I mean, and there was
hopes up. Like, what kind of sentence is that?
Yeah. And, of course I knew that there was a good chance he was going to relapse, but, you have to hang on to hope. I tell the moms that are in our support group, there's some that are struggling right now with their boys. And I'm like, just keep on hanging on to hope and faith, just.
How do you, I don't know. The opposite doesn't sound like a life I want to live, like a hopeless and just, I mean, that. Well, yeah, go ahead.
I guess the alternative is like you don't want to get your hopes up so that you don't get disappointed. But if you don't have hope, then
you have nothing.
Yeah, but that means you also don't have disappointment. Like, I think that's people say, like, don't get your hopes up because they think, whether it's true or not, I don't know, but there's like that protective factor of like, if you don't get your hopes up, then it won't be as disappointing. You won't be as hurt. You won't be as whatever. But that's because we're like so fear mongered out of everything good. Like, hope has been deep.
Yeah, Charlie asked for $1,000 pair of tennis basketball shoes for Christmas, and I told him, "Don't get your hopes up. You're not getting it." But we're not talking about your.
That's a little different.
Life.
Yeah, that's
like,
a little different. Yeah.
My mother will hope until and you held on to hope, and as you'll get through for good reason. I mean, I'm sorry. I think people also don't have any idea what to say, but
right.
And I don't know the story. There's also people that don't want to deal with it, and that's their own way of, which I don't know. I just feel bad for you.
Well, to me, I mean, I just, if I gave up hope or would be like every day, like, oh God, I'm just waiting for the shoe to drop or the ball drop or whatever, then that means I'm like living negative. I'm being negative.
Sure.
And I can't do that. I can't.
It's exhausting.
It is.
It's 12 times more tiring to be upset than it is to be.
Yes. Exactly.
Well, and that existence of like giving up hope and hopelessness is I can just feel the enemy like pulling you down the like dark black hole, and that's
it's like
depression and like just nothingness. Like that's.
Yeah, it's like, here comes Satan.
Right.
Okay, I mean, there were so many, rock bottoms for him. He had totaled three vehicles and shouldn't have walked away from any of them. The almost congestive heart failure, almost dying. And I didn't lose hope then.
Right.
I had to keep hoping and praying that, something was going to happen.
Yeah.
And how long? So we said 25 is probably when he was deep in this.
Yes.
And now we're into our 30s. The old adage in dog years, this is a lifetime of sleepless nights for you, walking and pacing and worried about the next phone call. Those are the comments I hear often from moms. You mentioned Learn to Live. When did he find Learn to Live?
The last time he was at Harris House, I believe he was there 4 or 5 times. One of his counselors at Harris House, Jonathan, showed him the information on Learn to Live. And I remember going to see Nick, and he's like so excited. He was very excited.
Really?
He told me, he said, Mom, I just don't have one more relapse in me. I'm tired of being sick and tired, the phrase. And so I'm like, great.
There's nothing cliche about it either. I just like go back there. It's I know that feeling, and it's so it is finally.
You gotta. My uncle always tells me because he's a recovering alcoholic, been sober 35 years.
Nice,
wonderful man, one of my favorites. He always tells me, he's like, Shelly, you have to have the want to.
Yeah.
If you don't, then God himself can come down and you're not going to get sober. You have to have the want to.
And that's part of, you had mentioned, earlier that he had gone to Harris House a couple times, and now you said 4 or 5 times. And I think, statistically, people go more than once. Because oftentimes moms, are you guys freezing? I'm so sorry.
It's okay. My teeth are chattering. Okay.
Do you see my purple leg?
I used to be pale white.
Purple. We're both like.
That's Space Heater. As long as it gets to Shelly, I'm okay with it.
I'm having my dunce cap on in the corner, in the cold corner.
It is. Yeah, it's not a indictment on any treatment program. Rarely does somebody just go once.
Right.
Because usually those first couple times you're going for somebody else, and you have to go for yourself. You have to use your uncle's term, have the want to, and you have to want it. You have to be at the point where he was at, where he said, I'm sick and tired of it. I'm just done. I don't have another relapse in me.
That's what he said. Those were his
That's
exact words.
incredible.
And, his, and I say it in my speech at Harris House as well. Rock bottom, as I said, vehicles being totaled, congestive heart failure, all these bad, horrible things. His rock bottom, his counselor, Jonathan, said to me was that, in one of the groups, Nick stood up and said, I can't stand to see my mom cry and be unhappy anymore. That was his rock bottom.
Wow.
I'm like, dude, I mean, I was so happy, but I'm like, all these bad things, and that's your rock bottom. That just goes to show you everybody has a different rock bottom.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's on track with.
Yeah. So he showed me the Learn to Live information, and then I don't know how much longer it was before David O'Neill, wonderful guy, he's the head guy there, he came to pick my son up. And I remember the day, and Nick was very excited. He was very excited. And so when he got there, he said, Mom, he called me and he said, they welcomed me with open arms. He said, I feel so understood and loved and supported. Not that we didn't, but he said, Mom, I know you love me, but you can't. And I couldn't relate to him. I don't know because I don't know what you're going through.
Right.
I can love you and support you, but I have no clue what you're going through. And so from the minute he walked in there, he felt right at home. He, became like a mentor to the guys. He was silly and goofy. And, but there was, he went in September of 2021, and right before Christmas, he started going into the psychosis again. And so he didn't see us over Thanksgiving or Christmas. So for a couple months, he didn't want anything to do. He called me up one day and he said, I don't believe you guys, the whole spiel. I listened. I didn't say one thing. And I said, I'm sorry that you feel that way. When you're ready to talk, I'm here. And so I supported his his recovery and his time. I knew it would take time. So I was just happy that he was safe. He was with people that loved and cared about him and supported him.
Was he there when this conversation? He was at Learn to Live?
Learn to Live.
Can you explain to people that don't know what Learn to Live is?
Yeah, so it's a recovery sobriety in Herman, Missouri.
Right.
And Matt Bowersox started it. He's been sober a long time. I don't know, maybe 14 years.
So Zoe, he is highly revered.
Yes.
I have yet to meet him. I can't wait to meet him. Jacob knows him. Chaz knows him really well. They do a lot of work together, and those two, are kind of top dogs in their industry. Yeah. And I was telling Shelly before, as we were hanging out before the show, that Chaz and I are starting a show in January, and I've always wanted Matt on this show, but now that Chaz and I are starting, I think it'd be more appropriate probably to have him. He could be on both, but I can't wait to meet him. He's incredible. He's developed this incredible program out in Herman. It's a guy's
it's a
house.
Sober living for men, and he's also got a step down house. And he just recently opened a clinical in Washington, Missouri.
That's right. It's like an outpatient, right?
Yes. So he's very successful.
And it's more than just a place to sleep. There's a whole program within the program. Right?
Yeah, it used to be a bed and breakfast. It's a beautiful place, and I believe it houses 12 guys, I think. But it's really super nice, quiet town.
I love Herman.
Yeah, and so Nick loved it there. He really, really loved it there. They do like meditation.
Right.
I think once a month they would take the guys to like a hockey game or do something, baseball game or whatever, and they would cook. I think they cook every Thursday night. Or have a cook come in, a chef come in or whatever. So, Matt's Learn to Live saved his life.
How long was he there?
He entered in September of 21, and then he was there 10 months. He was sober 10 months, and he moved out in May of 22.
So, and in between that, he had a bout with psychosis, you were saying?
A couple months over the holidays, yeah.
And I don't know, this is just... do you think that's, from like long-term meth use, or do you think what do you think caused?
I'm not really sure, because literally the day before I talked to him on the phone.
Yeah,
it's fine. And then the next day, I was talking to him. It was around Thanksgiving, and all of a sudden we were having a nice conversation. He goes, "I got to go. I'll call you back."
Yeah.
Hours go by, didn't call me back. So I tried to get a hold of somebody there. I finally got a hold of David, and he said, he's, into psychosis. He said, maybe just let him calm down for a while.
Sure.
So then I guess a couple of nights later, we got a call and he's, we listened. And he just basically said, I need some time. I don't know why you're trying to do this to me and all this kind of stuff.
Right.
And that's when I said, okay, I'm sorry you feel that way, but I'll be here, And then he did have Taylor. She's wonderful there as well. She contacted me one day and said Nick wanted to see me and talk to me because somebody had overdosed at the house and it really scared him, freaked him out. So he wanted to try and make amends. So I met him for lunch out there and things got better after that.
That's, I just, my wheels are spinning and on, underlying mental health conditions that could cause that because, it's the chicken and egg. It may have been there all before and dormant before the meth, and then there's something about drug use, whether it's opioids that, to your point, and as an addict, it's the puzzle pieces unfortunately fit perfectly together. So when you're an addict, an alcoholic, and you have that, it just does something to us differently than what it does to those of you that aren't. And
well, it's like the brain, like psychosis and schizophrenia or schizophrenic episodes. A lot of times it's just your brain is so stressed, and it's a brain that's predisposed to like.
You're literally shivering. I'm so sorry. Eric, you got to get us some heat, brother.
But I was thinking the same thing, like what you were saying early on, like in his teen years about like the alcohol and smoking weed, and like he struggled with depression, anxiety, like those are both downers. So it's like if his brain was stressed for whatever reason, like he was already kind of feeling that and trying to medicate and trying, so I'm wondering how much also of the mental illness part was just like his addiction is just him like trying to fight for his life, it sounds like. And then
yeah, and I don't know, something could have triggered him that day. I just don't know. I just know it was a couple months, and
you handled it so well. Like I can't, like that's angelic, motherly.
Well, yeah, I mean, but what
graceful. I mean, all the like beautiful like terms are coming through on how you handled that. And,
well, I knew he was safe.
Right.
I knew they cared about him.
You remind me so much of my mom.
I said earlier.
Gotta meet her. You gotta come out on a Wednesday night.
Yeah. But yeah, I knew he was safe. I knew, I didn't have to worry about him. He was in his car or what he was doing. I just knew it would take time. And I didn't care how much time. I respected his time in recovery, and I just wanted him to get better.
And because it's a part of his story, I want to ask, and was his father ever involved?
No, he dropped him off when he was 4.
Okay.
That's kind of a long story.
Sure, and you don't have to get into it, but I just keep hearing this being a single mom battle.
I was with somebody at the time, and he actually was very supportive. I mean, most guys, and we were together 11 years, guys with that situation, because my son was in and out.
Sure.
It's like a revolving door.
Yeah.
Cops, we're on first name basis with the cops. But most guys would have said, take your kid and get out. And he didn't do that. So I do respect him for that a lot, and was very supportive. I think it's like you said, Chris, earlier, though, that some people just don't know what to say.
Right.
He's sitting here watching me be in pain and be upset and,
wishing he could take the pain away from you. Right?
Yeah. So I think it was more that.
Yeah.
And I really didn't take that comment personal from him. Yeah.
Yeah. No, I appreciate you saying that, because I know when somebody says don't get, it's hard to tell a mom that, like, you'll have hope until forever. And,
yes.
But good for him. And I was wondering, because I hear a lot of the story that from that you're bearing, and great, he was helping, but you're bearing all of this.
Like you said, just something about a mom.
Yeah. And I was thinking moms and the dad's involved, that the mom's bearing it differently, but to do this, it's tragic. It's just something really like fucking beautiful about the way you've handled this, struggled with it, and just like completely, like, it's just love transcending. That's what I'm getting at. You know, which is some real God shit, but I don't want to go down that rabbit hole. I feel like that. I'm getting all like spiritual here just listening to you. So thanks. But so he left in May.
Yeah.
Was it like a graduation, or was it just time to?
Well, he said, I want some independence back. I think I'm
Sure.
good. And he literally got the cutest apartment 5 minutes away from Learn to Live Recovery.
Okay.
It's not like he moved out and never went back there.
Good step. Good baby step, right?
Yes. And so he moved out in May. It was so cute, so excited. And he got a really good job with Pepsi, a little family-owned business in New Haven. And so we helped get him moved in and everything. So excited. And he just said, I just want some independence back. So he would go over to Learn to Live like a couple times a week, and he loved to grill.
Nice.
So he'd always say, Mom, I'm going over to grill for the guys and stuff like that. And even when he was at Learn to Live, when he got passes, when he was okay to leave and stuff, he would come over on the weekends to the house, and he's got a dog, Jax, which he's Nana's boy right now. Well, I've had him ever since my son's been gone. But so he would come and spend the weekend, and we'd watch movies and, spend time with family and take the dog to the park and things like that. So he did move out in May, and then started his job. And
When did he get Jax?
he got Jax when he was 8 weeks old. He's a Stafford Pitty, and he's absolute. I'll show you a picture.
Yeah. I mean, that's the.
Oh,
You beat us to the follow-up.
he is the love of my life. That dog, I would do anything for him. I mean,
bet.
he's the grandchild I'm never going to have. So, but he got him when he was 8 weeks old, and he got him when he was, the cutest little thing. And so we just adore him. And, it's really, this is a godly thing, because Jax, while Nick was at Learn to Live, Jax stayed with us.
Okay.
Of course. And Grandma took him to daycare 2 times a week because, yes, he's still
Wow.
Because I'm talking about 8-month-old pit bull.
8 weeks. Got him when he was 8
8-week-old
weeks. Yes.
I would be taking it to daycare every day.
Well, when he was old enough to go to daycare, and the reason being is because he's a pitty, and, but I have to say, John, my ex, raised him very well. The dog has never went in the house one time.
Oh,
He's
man.
very well
Listen
trained.
that out.
we both have pit bull mixes, but I don't know what Meadow does. I have a pit bull boxer mix, and
Kim.
truly same, Kimberly, Kim,
Aw.
like they're such good dogs.
Oh, they are so lovable. And he's the biggest baby in the world.
Yeah.
Oh, my God. He would never bite anybody. But he still goes to daycare twice a week. Nana takes him to
I love
daycare.
it.
I love that.
I bet he loves it.
He does. He loves
All his buddies.
Yeah, the boys.
Yeah, he's there right now. Actually, my
Nice.
sister picked him up. But so I just, after Nick got Jax, I thought, and he named him Jax after Sons of Anarchy.
Okay. Yeah.
Charlie Hunnam,
Yeah.
hot Charlie Hunnam, yeah. So he named him Jax. But I think God knew I was going to need that dog,
Yeah.
because he is, I just can't even, everybody knows me knows how important that dog
Sure.
is to me. So,
I can see it in the.
I saw the tattoo. I was like, I wonder who Jax is, but I didn't.
this, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Oh,
nice,
yeah.
nice. Wow. Good for you. I just see it in your cheeks as
Yeah.
talking about Jack.
Yes, I just adore him. And I actually got the sobriety symbol for my son.
Love it.
And he got to see that 2 weeks before he passed away. So he's like, wow, Mom, you really got that? So I'm going to add on to it a little bit.
So Nick got clean and sober,
Yeah.
and he did it.
He did.
And he got a job at Pepsi.
Yep. Got a
And-
job at Pepsi.
Was rebuilding his life. He was 39.
39. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And if you don't mind, what happened?
Yeah. So I was working at home on a Wednesday, and I got a call from his boss. And he said, Shelly, we had to call the paramedics. They're here, and Nick collapsed at work. And right away, I'm thinking relapse. Of
Sure.
course, that's where my mind went. I felt ashamed afterwards, but that's where my mind went.
It's a habit pattern.
Yeah.
Can't control it.
And so he got the paramedics on the phone, and because I didn't want to say anything to his boss, I didn't know if he knew that he was in recovery or not. It's
Yeah.
not my
Sure.
choice. It's not my
Right.
Honor.
to say that.
Yeah.
And so the paramedics got on the phone, and I said, now he's in recovery. And he said, it's nothing like that. This is something else. So they transported him to Mercy.
Almost wonder if your stomach dropped more, like
Yeah.
hearing that
It did.
because now this is something you don't know how to do.
Unfamiliar.
Right.
Right. And when my son was diagnosed with the osteoporosis, they also found that he had a bleeding disorder. It's called von Willebrand's. So basically,
Poor kid.
he was missing his 8 factor, which the 8 factor is what clots your blood. So anytime he would have to have surgery or go under, he would have to get infusions of his
Oh, wow.
8 factor to clot his blood. Otherwise, he would bleed out on the table.
Okay. Is that really rare? I've never heard of that.
No, my friend's husband, he's missing one of his factors too. So he's got kind of the same.
What's the name of this?
It's called von Willebrand's.
Okay.
So they found both of those things at the same time. So they transferred him to the hospital, and I went in, and the surgeon came out, and he said he had a massive brain bleed. And that's when I told, von Willebrand's, he was a bleeder. And so he said, we stopped the bleeding. We have to go in. And, he said he's very sick. We don't know if he's going to make it. So he had the surgery, and they put him on life support. They said, time will tell. And so he was in there for 7 days. And I think on the 6th day, they said, we did all the testing on him. And if he does wake up, he won't be able to speak or move or talk or anything like that. So we made the decision to take him off life support. And he passed away on the 6th of July of 2022. He was an organ donor, so he saved 2 men in their 60s with his kidneys. And then his heart was not viable, but they told me that the heart, it's not because of the congestive heart failure. They said sometimes, hearts are just not, for whatever reason, they're not, able to be donated. And then we donated his tissue, and that saves, burn victims. Hundreds and hundreds of lives can be saved from organ tissue. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I didn't know that about the tissue.
Yeah. So they had a walk for him. They call it a walk of life in the hospital. And friends and family were down the hallway. Everything stops, nurses, doctors. And then we got in the elevator and went down to the room, and they removed him. And
oh, my God.
He died 5 minutes later. So the thing I was very thankful for was, they said if he lived more than an hour after they removed him from life support, they would have to put him back on life support. And I didn't want that. I didn't want that. We had an option of taking him to a rehab center. I didn't want that either. My son would not want to live like that. So, so I watched my son come into the world, and I watched him leave this earth.
It's not how it's supposed to be, Shelly.
No, it's not. Yeah. So, yeah.
I am, I mean, there's just not a whole lot you can say. I'm so sorry, and equally grateful for you and him and his story. And how his light continues to shine through the work you're doing.
Yeah.
Going to Harris House. How are you getting out of bed each day?
At first it was, I was off work for, 5 or 6 weeks, something like that. Almost immediately though, like my son that September, he died in July, and that September, he was supposed to speak at Harris House.
Really? That's right. Yeah.
Yeah, he was going to speak at Harris House, and so I became his voice, and that's how I started speaking at Harris House and sharing his story. And then after that, I started working on the golf tournament for the next year. And everybody was telling me, you're doing too much, Shelly, you're doing too much. But I know myself. And if I would have not poured myself into something, I think the grief would have swallowed me up.
Yeah.
I really do. I mean, I'm a very strong person. I always have been. But something that devastating, I think it would have just swallowed me whole. You know?
Like when you said you take 5 to 6 weeks off work, it's like you're a prisoner in your own head. Like, it's almost, you sit at home with it's horrible. That's just a horrible, you can't go to work. You can't stay at home. Like you just can't do anything.
Responsibility you have is to like sit with your worst, hardest feelings you've ever had. So a passion project is like, you need it. It sounds like.
And I don't remember like the first, when I was off work that whole time. I don't remember. I know I didn't stay in bed all day. I don't remember what I did, actually. I don't really recall that time. A lot of the hospital, the week that I was in there, I know I didn't eat for a week. I lost like 13 pounds. All I did was drink coffee. But, and I stayed there in the room with him the whole time, you know, talking to him. I remember at one point there were some nurses that came in the middle of the night. I said, dude, wait, because my son just loved good looking girls, and as any man would, right?
Yeah.
And I said, dude, you're missing it. Because that's how our relationship was. We were silly with each other. And I'm like, dude, you're missing it. You got 3 hot nurses in here, you know, putting their hands all over you, you know, just hoping that he would wake up. A lot of time I would lay in bed with him and, you know, just hold his hand and stuff like that, hoping he would hear me. But
you're an angel.
well, you know, thank you for saying that. But, you know, as I told you when we spoke, I'm thankful I did not lose him to drugs. I'm thankful that he did get sober and leave this earth sober, knowing that he beat it.
Yeah.
And I think, as I share in my story, I think it was his time. God didn't want him to suffer anymore.
Sure.
He didn't want him to fight those demons anymore because, you know, it's a lifelong disease, one day at a time. And I think he just took him because he didn't want him to suffer anymore. I really do. And as hard as that is for me, I'm thankful. And I hope that he's at peace because I saw my boy struggle.
Yeah, he did.
For so many years.
Half of his life.
Yes. And as a mother, you know, as a parent, if anybody has children, there's nothing worse, as we talked about, than watching your children suffer no matter what it is, and you can't fix them. You know, and we know you cannot fix addiction. But it was awful watching him suffer. It was awful. And as much as I would like him here with me, I'm thankful that I think he's finally at peace now.
Yeah. That's.
And I know he would have done great things because he was so excited about speaking at Harris House and stuff. So I think if him and I had teamed up, I know he would have done great things because he was so thankful to learn to live. He really, really was.
Sure, it really was his place.
It was. It so was. So as I say in my speech, you know, until I take my final breath, I'm going to do everything to help, even if it's one person at a time, which it is right now. But I want to do everything in my son's memory to help anybody that I can because I saw the way that he suffered.
You guys are still teaming up. Like I know that's so real. I know you know that. You guys are a powerful duo still to this day, and his light is still shining. It takes another mom I know we've had on the podcast that speaks here. Talking about Jordan, and when she, you know, when we lose someone so young, Nick and Jordan, they were like, I feel so robbed of all the people that they were going to help, because when there was, without a doubt, when your son was still going back to learn to live and helping newcomers come. I mean, it's all about reaching your hand back to the newcomer, and by them being gone, it feels like that's those people are robbed of the gift that is these folks and the gift that is your son. And the only way to keep it going is by picking up his torch and so people can still find him because they need him, and you're doing that. And
that's why I started the foundation.
And that's what I wanted to, and you're doing it in the midst of it's impossible for me to speak to the depths of that grief hit in your stomach, soul, and heart. I'll never know it. The glimpse that I can see just looking into your eyes is so heartbreaking, and you're still able to pick up his light and keep it shining bright. Tell us about the foundation that you started in his name.
Yeah, so I started it in 2023, and as I said, I met with Matt to talk about the first golf tournament because he's helped sponsor a lot of it.
Was it golf one of Nick's passions?
No.
Okay.
No.
It's a good way to raise money.
Wait, so quick, no.
Yeah, no.
I love it or hate it, Zoe.
I just thought, what's a big fundraiser that I can do quite well at so I can help someone in recovery.
Yes.
And so I have to tell you, it's a lot of work.
They are, yeah.
It's a lot of work. I have a lot of help from my sister, my good friends, but still I do a lot of the behind, the research and I do all the like that.
Organizing the teams.
Yeah.
Making the sausage.
So it's a lot of work, but I did really well. I've just had my third one in September.
So this was your third tournament.
Third tournament, and I do double digits. So the first golf tournament, I was able to help a young kid at Learn to Live, provide him with 4 months of sober living.
That's incredible.
The second one, I was able to help someone else. He went to Learn to Live, I think, for 3 months. Well, he was in there for a while, but I think I was able to give him 3 months, and he's doing really well now, and that makes me really happy.
Sure, it does.
And so this one, I've still got the funds in there, and Matt's contacted me. He'll contact me when he's got a potential.
Got it.
Person to come in the house, and he's had 2, and we're kind of talking about that, and so I provide a scholarship to help pay for some of their sober living. So
and that we were talking, while we had a couple minutes to catch up before we started the podcast, on the incredible success rate at sustainable recovery when you have a quality sober living environment, healthy sober living environment, and some kind of outpatient program, or programming within that sober living. It's, more than just a bed. And how if you spend, there's stats out there, 12 months in that environment, your relapse prevention and your chances at sustainable recovery go way up, infinitely higher than you go to inpatient and then go back to your old environment, and even say you're going to go to outpatient, and whether you do or don't, it's the wild, wild west a little bit. So, what an impact you and him are making. Is there an official name for the foundation?
It's called the Nick Wilson Foundation.
Got it. Is there, so you have, right now you do a golf tournament.
Golf tournament. And then, I've done 2 music bingos. Those are a blast.
What?
Listen.
Oh yeah.
Started with that. Just kidding.
So I'm so glad you said this. We were talking about this on the phone. Music trivia nights are fucking yesterday. Music bingo is
so fun.
100,000 times better than trivia nights.
Yeah.
Foster Together, we've supported them for a couple of years, and the first time I got a taste of music bingo, and it is so much fun.
It is.
And people have their Shazam out, but people are singing.
Pairs, yeah.
By the 7th round.
Painting, we're looking at numbers, but we don't have to add them.
Yeah.
We're cheering.
You don't have to no phone. Who knows? Who knows what Franklin Delano Roosevelt's side piece name was? The dog. Fuck all that. This is music bingo. And the rounds. There was a Disney round. Everybody singing Ashley's favorite, obviously. It's in the Little Mermaid song, and such a dork. Every show I got to chirp on her. Then there's a 90s, a 2000. It was so much fun. So when is this? I got to be a part of all of it.
Oh, yeah. So that's going to be May 9th. I already have the date. And it's actually.
Zoe.
Yeah.
Zoe's a singer. She's so excited for this.
I might be a singer, but first and foremost, I'm a bingo enthusiast.
All right. You got your daubers.
Bring your daubers.
No, I got daubers. I
All right,
provide
good.
all that. Yeah. And we have wonderful, beautiful baskets that we make up.
Oh, so
We usually have like a gift card board that's worth like $500. Do a lottery board.
Okay.
But it's so much fun. So that's May 9th. It's Mother's Day weekend. So, and
Beautiful.
it's actually at Epiphany where I went to
Very
grade school.
nice.
So,
I'll bring some cannoli
yeah, there you go.
Well, I won't.
from Dolce.
Yeah. Well, my own.
But it's so fun. And this last year was bigger than the first year. I mean, it grows every year. And it is just, I bring Jax.
Oh my God.
Jax. Oh, he is a hit. Let me tell you.
Can't wait to meet him.
Oh, yeah. He runs around to every table and
I bet he eats a lot at the music bingo. He gets a.
he's so funny. But yeah, it's very successful and it's so much fun.
So
much fun.
the podcast, we want to donate. You guys do like a baskets or a raffle. How do you? We're going to donate. We have 4 blues tickets.
Awesome.
They're struggling a little bit right now, but they're all inclusive, free parking.
LGB.
As
Yeah.
always, actually wearing a blue shirt, which is odd but great. Well
He
done.
knows I don't know hockey.
They're in the Bull and the Bear club. It's all inclusive, so it'll be a time of. So
Awesome.
I'll send
Thank
you.
Okay.
And if it's it'll be for we'll do it for the like a game in October because the season's almost over.
Yeah.
If they don't make the playoffs, the following year.
Okay,
So we'll pick
awesome.
a game that we can agree on. Whoever bids and wins it in October or November of 26.
26, yeah.
But
Yeah.
so that, and then we'll also donate something from Alvin Oak. So I don't know if we do. It's my cousin's restaurant. My stuttering. I feel bad. Like I'm not trying to like sound like a douchebag, but we want these are usually like we'll do a dinner for 4 for and wine pairings for Olive and Oak, and those get people bid like crazy on.
Really?
Yeah, it's really good. I mean, I feel bad saying it because it's my cousin's family. It's our
I'll
family
say it.
restaurant, right? I mean, so
Really
I
good.
sound douchey when I'm
Highly
like,
sought after.
yeah. I that's why I was
I had mushrooms that looked like a steak like last week. It was amazing.
Lion's Mane,
Wow.
baby. Yeah.
Wow.
So it's incredible, and I can't wait. And then obviously we want a table.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. Great.
Zoe's like, I can't wait. She's got her daubers. She's gonna get them all. They have their own daubers.
That's
Yeah,
fine, but they're probably not glitter. And that's
No.
fine if they're not, but
I'll get you some glitter.
Yeah.
I'll get you some glitter daubers.
It's so much fun. And I'm stealing your thunder, but you bring up music bingo. I mean, I've been telling anybody I know that does trivia nights to stop it. They have to stop with this fucking dorky ass trivia night shit where, they have the movie round and you got to know who the directors,
trivia is so
Fun is.
stressful to me.
Yeah.
and
Trivia is so stressful to me.
Yeah.
exactly. And then, you got to be quiet and no, this is so much fun.
It is.
That's-
It's a lot of fun.
Like at large, I wanted to say thank you for sharing everything that you have because it's a lot. And I hope that you have like time and space tomorrow to just like kind of sit and be.
No, I have to go to work tomorrow.
Well, maybe after work.
You're always worried
Yeah.
about your wellness.
Oh,
Yeah, like
Do it, Shelly.
the emotional hangover of like when you have been through some shit and then you want to share it because you want to help and you care and you're such a good person. And a lot
Thank
of
you.
people who go through really hard things have the same inclination to like, yes, I want to share. But then it's like the emotional hangover of that. I feel like nobody talks about that. Like it takes out so much emotional effort and like you're throwing your nervous system back into a mindset of when you were so stressed and scared and sad and so then it's like I didn't know about that until I was completely burnt out from doing that, from sharing really hard things to
Your ice cube melts
yeah.
and then you
Anyway.
refreeze, right? Like
So I just want to put that out there. Thank you. It's so hard to talk about that kind of stuff.
for Zoe's picturing you tomorrow by a fireplace with a book and a
Really
cozy
warm.
blanket.
Really warm.
With Jax, of course.
Yeah.
Gosh, yes. Well, and also, I wanted to say thank you, and I admire how much fun you've shared in your story. This is a hard story, but so many times, like when you were talking about your relationship with Nick, like you guys just giggle and you're playful and you're fun. And then you got a baby tiny pit bull. And that fun has been equated with like God knew I was going to need this dog. And it's like fun is saving your life. Like fun is like, and I'm so pro fun. And I feel like people don't talk about it enough, but I'm loving and the music bingo, that's like epitome of fun. Like that's so, I love like how healing fun can be.
It can. Yeah. Yeah. And
Makes you smile, right?
Yes. And, I remember, of course, very early on when I went back to work, I mean, literally, like I know what a broken heart feels like. Literally, my heart, I remember telling my dad driving home from work one day, he called me, and of course I cried for a long time, but I would always cry on the way home from work, and I said, Dad, my heart actually hurts.
Yeah.
Like it hurt.
Yeah.
So I believe in a broken heart because I know what it feels like, and I still have it, and I'll always have it, but it makes me feel good, like I was telling Chris earlier. Everything that I'm doing is very therapeutic for me.
Yeah.
It helps me with the grief. It helps me to remember good times. I want to remember good times and the good things about Nick. I don't want to. And as soon as he got sober, all that past was gone.
Yeah.
I said, and I told him, I said, if you ever want to talk about it, you talk about it. If you don't, fine. We're just moving forward.
Yeah.
I have this sign in my office. It says, I love it. It's got an arrow and it says, don't look back. You're not going that way.
Yeah.
And I love that saying. And, he felt bad and wanted to pay me back money and all because I,
Sure.
over $50,000 trying to help my son. And I would do it again.
Yeah.
I would do it again, all over again.
I think you're probably missing a couple bucks.
Probably.
I would imagine. You're just thinking of the big checks.
Yeah.
You don't add those little ones of all the battles and.
Yeah. I remember one day, and I tell a story, the girl, we call ourselves the badass mama bears.
Yeah.
I love it.
So there's a story behind this. So my son, when he was in his active addiction, came to the house. I was working at home, and he had racked up like $15,000 worth. Not because of the addiction, but he had surgeries and all this kind of stuff. And it was right after COVID. And he walked in the house one day, and I was on the phone with St. Anthony's, and they had sent some bullshit $4,000 bill for some stupid emergency. They did a CAT scan on his head and all kinds of stuff because I had them send.
You had a Dixie cup of water?
Yes. Yeah.
Probably put that on there.
Yeah. And so he heard me on the phone with them, and I said, he's not paying it. And so anyway, long story short, I got the whole $15,000. Every penny was written off. And so he heard this conversation with St. Anthony's, and I get off the phone. I said, he's not paying it. He goes, God, Mom, he goes, you could rule the fucking world. He goes, you're one badass mama.
Nice.
So I tell my girls that, and we're all the badass call ourselves the badass mama bears.
I love it, Shelly. So
yeah,
you've mentioned these women a couple of times. So, and it's a part of, and I know like Zoe was asking you, what are you doing for you? And it sounds like you have a real tribe here. Can you share a little bit about, because when we were talking on the phone, it's almost like a meeting, right? It's a standing.
Yeah. So Learn to Live Recovery has their group meeting.
So it's through Learn to Live.
It's through Learn to Live. They have a Zoom call every Wednesday from 6 to 7:30. John Palmer heads the meeting. Matt's on there, or Taylor. And as I mentioned earlier, there were 4 of us at the very beginning 3 years ago. Now there's like 20.
And these are for moms specifically?
Well, it's the parents of some of the boys are at Learn to Live.
Okay.
There's some people that are out of state that their boys are at Learn to Live. And so I got really close with all the moms. And we just, there's like 13 of us or whatever that are just really close. We meet once a month for lunch, whoever can make it. I just had a Christmas thing at my house last weekend.
Lifelong
yeah
sisters,
and they're all wonderful. Their boys are struggling, and one of the badass mama bears, her ex, it was her ex. She also speaks at Harris House. Her name's Tammy. She speaks the week after I do, and she shares her story from a spouse.
Sure.
And so we just all we've gotten very close. We do sound spas. We do all kinds of stuff together. And, because we all have this connection. We all have something
that
unfortunately in
yeah,
common.
Nobody else can.
It's a bond that we share. And so
if you know, you know group.
yeah,
right?
we share. I mean, we're there for each other, and they're just a wonderful group of ladies. I love them.
I am constantly advocating for this type of group, no matter what you're going through in life. I mean, and I obviously learned it from Ashley.
Whoa.
She's a clinician, social worker, and wellness director at our church. And her
Vessel of God.
Shelly, why she is with me is a huge mystery. It's proof of Jesus. Be impossible. Point is like, so her whole mission for the church and her ministry is to create wellness groups of all types of struggles, depression, anxiety, grief, parents of kids with special needs. There's
LGBTQ. There's like
parents
holiday
and
ones,
people, right?
Like hard conversations to have with family members. Like that's a whole one.
The Christmas, like around the holidays, there's I don't know what the official title is, but it's if you have a fucked up family, go do a group together. Like, because everybody, you meet for Thanksgiving.
It's like hard relationships.
You throw mashed potatoes at each other, right? And then you go fake it again in 30 days on Christmas. And it brings up a ton of shit. So that's her whole ministry, if you will. And I believe in it being in recovery and what groups and communities of the if you know you knows is the medicine to addiction.
To feel seen, to feel understood in a way that's so isolating. Like, yeah. I think you guys could probably be all very different ladies in a lot of different ways, but like the bond that you guys have is still going to be beyond people you've known forever.
When we would get together, we had one for foster and adoptive parent support group. We could get together once a month and not say one fucking thing about foster care adoption system and talk about regular stuff, but know you're in a place of what you just said.
Yeah, like they see the context that you're having to live everything through. Like
it's just an exhale. Like it's a group of, you're able to breathe. Our family members want to support, but they're not a mom that's gone through this. Like the moms that you're meeting with, lifelong relationships. Right. And what I'm hearing and seeing and you're advocating for people and to do this and seek these groups out, because it gives you some life and smile back a little bit. I'm sure you guys have a lot of fun together, despite
we do,
like what you were saying, Zoe, unspeakable.
Yeah, we do. We just recently took when was it? We took a trip. There were 6 of us that went to Arkansas.
Yes, that's what I'm talking about. Also, female solidarity, like at large. I knew he was going to be like, shut up, but I just have to. I think the power of having a girls group, like you just.
It was fun. Yeah.
There's nothing.
I got to ask, what'd you do in Arkansas?
We just shopped.
What's in Arkansas stays in Arkansas.
That's right.
Men get everything in this world. You don't have to know what the fuck they did in Arkansas.
Here we go.
It was Eureka Springs.
Okay.
Oh, wait. So, I love my brother got married. And it's true. My brother got married right outside of Eureka Springs in the Thornhill Chapel, that like big glass one. Isn't it gorgeous?
Yes, it's really pretty. Yeah. Well, we had.
You guys can finish this.
We even had a massage therapist come to the house, and we got massages and facials, and we just had good girl bonding time. It was a lot of fun.
There's nothing like that. If any of my friends listen to this, and you guys want to set up a weekend for us.
Chill, bro. But this is, this is what we tried to create at Underground. Like after the service, a hub of groups. So we have meetings starting there, just for people to feel seen and in a space where they can, get each other where others don't. So the power in that is, it can move absolute mountains that you thought you could never ever climb over.
Yeah, because there's some couples on there, one in particular, and at the very beginning of I've been through the whole shit show, and some of these some of these parents were just getting into it. And so, because I remember telling Matt when I was questioning, why am I still on this group? And I said, because my boy's not here and everybody else has their son. And he said to me, and I'll never forget it, and I really appreciate this so much, Matt said, Shelly, you're an extension of John and I. He said, you've been through this already. You can offer help for these parents and suggestions because you've already been through it. So that made me, it's not like I didn't feel like I didn't belong, but I just thought, why am I continuing? Because they talk about boundaries and all this kind of stuff. Well, I don't need that anymore because I don't have my boy. But I do feel, there's just such a camaraderie with all of us. And so it made me feel a little bit more comfortable, to be able to still sit in there.
Your presence is such a gift in the most immeasurable ways too. The people who have yet, the moms who have yet to come are.
Yeah, because they even said, what I started to say is they would even say, in the very beginning when our boy had, started this, like till now, and all the different things that they've gone through, relapses and different things that their kids are going through, they always say, we could have never been so strong and gone through this if we hadn't continued these meetings and the support group every week. So it does help. It does help knowing, yeah.
And that's Nick's light shining bright. And I truly, truly believe that through you, through Jax, he's through these golf tournaments and music bingos, that his impact is also immeasurable. And there's still a lot of people to come that are going to find some, even if it's if a mom finds you and for a minute feels seen in that peace that comes with that in the midst of like the most chaotic storm of what it is, watching your son or daughter go through fight addiction is just a constant like F5 tornado I can imagine. So when you finally find a group of badass moms,
I really love there's
badass mama bears.
Badass mama bears.
That's right.
They're gonna.
Do you guys have shirts?
No, but I'm working on it.
Okay, I was like, I feel like it's really down your
Expect to
alley.
see them on May 9th.
Well, I do have a coin that I made up. It said, "Be badass every day." Be badass every day. So I'll have.
Sorry, I just love that too.
It's incredible. We're gonna share the. I don't know if you guys have a website or.
Yeah, there's a website.
Thanks.
I got cards too. I can give
Yeah.
cards.
Perfect.
And the other thing is the comedy night. That's February 28th.
Yes, the comedy night. You sent me the link, so we're gonna share that. Talk about that a little bit.
Okay, so about 6 months ago, Matt calls me up from Learn to Live, and they do a comedy night every year. And I went to one a couple years ago, and it's so much fun. And he said the comedy night that we're going to do this year, all the proceeds are going to go to your foundation. I was like, oh my gosh, man, that is so wonderful.
Very excited.
So grateful.
Yeah.
And so we got on a call after that with Max. He's at Harris House. I'm sorry, I don't remember his last name. Matt, the comedian, Aaron, what's his name? Aaron Putnam. So there's two comedians, Aaron and Karen. And so it's February 28th, and I sent Chris the link.
Yeah.
And
Is it in Herman?
No, it's downtown. It's actually at, let's see, I wrote it down here. Tech Artista.
Oh.
It's on 4th and Pine. It's downtown.
Well, it's Herman's out there.
Yeah.
You have more people, I think.
Yeah. So it's going to be there. And when he told me about it, he said, and the best thing is you don't have to lift a finger. I'm like,
that's worth its weight in gold.
Oh my!
I do know the sweat equity that goes into putting on a golf tournament is.
The fundraisers are tough. Now the music bingo's not quite so bad. That's nothing compared to the golf tournament.
I've only put together some golf tournaments, and it's a lot, like sweat equity.
Especially when you have a full-time job.
Right.
It's a lot of, it's like having another full-time job, but
and
worth it.
Golf tournaments, they're getting a little bit harder to pull off from some of the places that it's get more. It's just it's expensive to find a course that'll host you and how much it costs and like what's the break even point, and then there's food restrictions at some places. They won't let you bring in food. So it's just a lot. It's a lot.
Yeah. Well, we had it at Merrimack Lakes this year, and they couldn't have been more accommodating.
Wonderful.
They were awesome. And it was very affordable.
Good.
And we got to bring our own food in.
Oh.
See, that's what there's
they
places
were
that are foundations are having to pivot from because people, I mean, and I understand running and operating golf courses is not, they can be big money pits for the ownership. It's hard. It's just a hard thing. So I do know the work of it, and it's a lot.
Yeah.
So I'm glad you shared that, because what it is equally is nice of a gift for Matt to say, just sit and enjoy some laughs and don't lift a finger.
I'm still going to do some things, of course.
I believe that about you.
Little gifts for everybody that comes. But, I just was like, oh, thank you, God.
Well, I want to make sure we want to.
Oh, that's so nice.
And I don't mean to sound like some smoke blower overcommitter, but this is easy stuff and fun stuff too. So we'll share the link, but I definitely want to come to that. I love good comedy.
Maybe he can take some notes.
Because shots fired. That's pretty funny though.
I like you.
Yeah, she's a pain in my ass. We did have a comedian on, Matt Rafe from.
You had Matt Rafe?
No, not Matt. No, not Matt. Right, Rafe Williams from the Point.
Oh.
I meant to say, yeah.
Matt Rife?
Right, whatever.
Sorry, Shelly. He doesn't mean it. You don't.
Rafe from the Riz Show, who does comedy, and he's sober too. So we'll just shoot him a note that this is going on. Maybe come out. That'd be
Oh,
Okay.
cool.
The flyer, I think they're working on a flyer. So
Cool.
as soon as I get that, I'll send it to you
please
as well.
do.
Yeah.
And we'll share it on all our socials and show notes. The website, is there, and it's fine if they're not. Is there a place to donate on your website?
Yeah. So it's the Nick Wilson Foundation. I think it's nickwilsonfoundation.org.
Okay.
And I've got cards I can give you guys. And I'm in the process of updating it now. It hasn't been updated in about a year, so I'm making some changes.
It's also a lot of work to stay on.
That's a lot of work too. Yeah.
A one-man band here, so
I have somebody that does it, but just to get all the changes to them, that's a lot of work too.
Sure.
So I'm in the process of updating, but there is a donate,
Cool.
where you can click and donate if you want to.
And what I want to encourage people that hear this, on anybody I've met that runs a foundation and someone's name like this, we're not asking for big donations. $5 adds up, and it's a couple clicks of the mouse. And I know all my degenerate friends out there, they sure can find the DraftKings and FanDuel app to donate their little $25. So they can find this and do some good for once in their life. Fucking losers.
Wait, keep going. That was funny. That was cool.
But I don't want to speak for you, but I've been a part of some of these, and people are like, throw $1 at it. It all adds up, and it's going to such a good cause and a quality sober living environment with there's a gap that they're hard to find. And
Yes, there are. My son was at a couple places that I wouldn't take Jax to.
yeah, exactly.
I mean,
and you don't
really,
mean that. Absolutely. Look,
I do mean that.
I
Yeah.
agree.
But that's just a thing too. That's what really, there's just not enough good facilities. And the ones that cost an arm and a leg, and people don't have that kind of money. It just really frustrates me that they don't pay more attention to mental health and the epidemic in this country.
Yeah.
They sure blame it.
I mean, look what just happened to Rob Reiner yesterday, his son.
Yeah, and then it's ridiculous. It's
The gun,
go on.
all the school shootings. I mean, it's all mental health
Right.
related, and I could talk all day on that, but it's
Pull the
just very-
funding.
Yeah,
Blame it and then pull the funding.
yeah.
So with that, you know what? We'll fill the gap. We're gonna rally, and Nick's gonna help us fill the gap and support and get some people the help they need. To your point, I mean, by the time 95% of people get to inpatient treatment, and then which feeds the outpatient, they've burned every bridge, and they don't have a pot to piss in, and
Right.
if it's your fourth or fifth time, you know, the people in your circle are done paying for you and enabling, and it's a whole thing. So it's a bad cycle, but it's never, I don't think it's ever, the way to go is never to lose hope.
Never.
And your story is proof of it. Definitely had the most tragic ending, but to the battle you guys were facing in front of you, you kept the hope, and he did it. He absolutely did it. He's a fucking warrior, man.
I was very proud of him. Yeah, I was very proud of him. You know, the whole time, you know, you expect that call, and the call I got wasn't the call I expected. You know, but like I said, I really truly believe that God took him because he didn't want him to suffer, and he was done doing what he had to do here. Mm-hmm. And I'm very grateful I didn't lose him to drugs. Yeah. I'm just very grateful.
Your faith is an inspiration too. I mean that. A lot of people have given up faith and lost faith for a lot littler, smaller shit. So I'm so grateful for you sharing that.
Thank you. I don't sweat the small stuff anymore, for sure.
I bet you don't.
You know, and the small stuff probably looks really different today than it did.
Right.
It does. And my big saying is, it's so funny. There's a story behind this too, but anytime I get pissed off, somebody cuts me off, or I had a shitty day or whatever,
the Sicilian comes out and
yeah.
All right.
Screaming.
Well, my saying is, I choose joy.
All
yes.
Right.
I do. That's my saying now, because, you know, I'm like I just can't afford, like, since my son passed too, I cannot be around negativity. I can't be around negative people. I just can't do it. Mm-hmm. You know, because I could have easily just.
Yeah, it's a luxury.
Doubted, blamed you.
Yeah,
nobody would have said.
You got two choices.
What's she thinking?
Yeah,
they would have
said either go 6 feet under, or you can pull your ass up. You know, mm-hmm. Put your big girl panties on and just do something. Now, that's not for everybody. Every mom, sure. I'm on this Facebook group of moms that lost their kids. Not everybody can do that. I'm not, right. You know, I'm nothing special. It's just that's the way my brain works, and that's what I have to do in order to survive. I'm not, I want to make sure that my son meant something, and he did save lives by donating his organs. Mm. And I was very proud of him, and I want to make sure he's not forgotten. And again, to reiterate, I saw the way he suffered, and it breaks my heart every time I go into Harris House or see somebody that's struggling. I just want to help everybody, but I can only do it one person at a time. So, Well,
you're doing it, and you remind me of so much of my mother.
Honestly, yeah. And shout out Chris's mom, Kathy, my girl. She's like so sweet. She's so cute. She's perfect.
Take it easy a little. She's all right. She yeah, so when you get a Wednesday free,
yeah,
come out.
I definitely will.
Zoe's singing Wednesday night. By the time this drops,
I am.
It's long past, so people can come and they'll miss it. So we'll have her up again, probably. We'll have you sing a couple times.
Shelly, thank you so much.
It really is you're a gift. You're an absolute gift.
Thank you for having me.
Yeah.
I'm so glad that I can hopefully call you a friend now and have you in my circle of contacts.
Yeah.
Because
network.
I don't do anything really well, but connecting dots is something I can do on average. And when people and moms come to me, I told you this on the phone, the first thing that I have to say to them is, I will never be a mother. And I am a dad. I'm, as Zoe reminds me, a straight white male. And she tells me that every day, and how fucking privileged I am because I'm a straight white male. And I get it. And we're the weaker sex. She tells me that every day.
It's like I don't even have to say it every day anymore, but he knows.
It's in my fucking
hears
head,
it.
playing in my ear. But I have to tell moms, I'm getting ready to have a really hard conversation with you. Don't punch me in the face. You should, because what I'm going to tell you is going to tell you what they say to not enable is to not mother. And I could just put myself on the other side of that tail and be like, who the fuck are you, straight white male kid, telling me not to be a mom to my son or my daughter? And then I'm on top of that, I can't give you 100% odds that you can do everything that we advise and that they say in the book to not enable. And it's not a shoe-in that
Right.
this is going to work. You could do it all, and then you still lose your son or daughter. And then, so saying all that, like I having, when moms come to me, having like an army or a Rolodex of warrior moms that I can say, here, call Shelly, and trust me, you know, it just,
she's a real deal.
right. So I'm so grateful for you. And you really, like I said, you're such a gift, and Nick's such a gift, and he's still shining bright thanks to you and Jax.
Yes, my
Can't wait to meet him, and we got to see a picture here.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I haven't forgotten.
Right.
I was going to wait till we were.
No, we'll hold it up to the camera. I was just thinking, everybody wants to see Jax.
Well, wait till you see my phone cover, too.
Oh my gosh.
Okay. So there's Jax and Shelly.
Oh, nice. I love it.
Oh my goodness.
Did you make that for yourself?
No,
Okay.
I had it. I ordered it from somewhere. There's my angel.
Oh my God.
Isn't he an angel?
He's so spoiled. I can just
Yes,
see it.
he is.
Look at that face. He's just
Oh,
like,
yes. Look at the paw.
how much does he weigh?
He's 75 pounds.
So he's a big boy. All right.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, Meadow's like a tiny pit mix.
Yeah.
So skin.
50, 45, I think Meadow's 2 years old, so I don't know. But these dogs, like, she snuggles the shit out of Ashley. Like,
Oh.
absolutely. So I can just picture.
Yeah, does he like
You
to
know-
get under the covers?
No, he doesn't
Oh.
like to be covered. Even
Okay.
cold as
Respect.
hell. He doesn't like sweaters on, nothing.
Okay.
All right.
I drop him off at daycare. He's got his coat on. I pick him up and it's off. They
That's
said,
funny. Yeah, Meadow can't have a cozy sweater. They've tried to cheer him up. Yeah, show him.
yeah, and if he's laying on the couch and I'll, cover him up, 5 minutes later, he's stretching out of the covers.
Him just freezes. If I put a coat on her, she just
It's like an anxiety.
And she side eyes me. And even I'm talking like chicken, hot dog, nothing. I'm like, come here, Kim. And she's like, okay, freak, whatever.
He is so handsome.
Thank you.
That's a good looking dog.
He's my boy. Yes.
How old is he?
He turned 6 on Halloween.
Okay.
He's a Halloween puppy. Yeah. He's my boy.
Do you I can just imagine the Christmas presents he's getting. I mean, this is
No, he gets
Spoiled?
spoiled every
Okay.
single day. Nana gives him Jack's can have whatever he wants. That's the way it is. That's the way it
Like
goes.
that for him.
Yep.
Me too.
I just cannot believe I've had dogs in my life, but I
Yeah.
cannot believe how much I love this animal. And maybe a lot of what I loved him when Nick first got him, though. We just fell in
took your
love
heart,
with him.
sure,
Oh
sure.
my gosh. So yeah, it's just Jax and I. No men, no boyfriend, no husband,
you.
no nothing.
Right, Joey?
I wasn't good for you. I didn't know. I thought Chris was going to give me shit for saying good for you, but I can't believe he said it first.
Well, that's the other saying I have every day. That's why I'm single, because I'll be around family and, my sister will be bitching about something or my friend. I'm like, that's why I'm single.
And you said, you know what Jax never does?
Yeah.
Is angry walking into my house, or is making me question the things that I just said, or I love that, Shelly.
Yeah.
I don't do that to Ashley.
That's for a different.
Yeah.
Well,
he's my boy.
I mean it's like it's so godly. I don't know. It's
It is.
fucking beautiful end to a tragic story, and I love that for you and for him, and thanks for sharing him, and thanks for sharing Nick with us and the world. And I'm excited to do whatever I can to help, and because this is not going away anytime soon, and there's a lot of lost moms that will find us because you're shining that bright light.
Yeah.
And I hope they do find us, because I really think you're going to be able to help them heal quicker and be seen. And I think that can be life-saving for them as well. So, Shelly, thank you so much. God bless
welcome.
you.
Thank
Merry
you.
Christmas. I know the holidays are probably
Yeah. I get through them, but they're tough.
Sure.
But I get through them. I've got a good support, wonderful family.
Yeah.
Wonderful friends. So they're there for me. So yeah. And of course, Jax.
Yeah.
Right.
Of course, Jack. I'm telling you, I mean, all these Hallmark Christmas movies make it sound like this is the most perfect time of year, but for more people, yeah, I mean,
Give me like a nice spring day.
Yeah.
It doesn't even have to be a holiday. Let's just all hang.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Yeah. I just try and get through the holidays.
Yeah.
I want to get
Sure.
through them.
Yeah.
You know.
Well, you will, thanks to Jax, and
Yeah.
and God's got you. Thank you so much. Thanks again. We'll share everything we can on the notes, and definitely stay in touch.
I definitely will. Thanks for having me. I appreciate it. Yeah.
God bless, and Merry Christmas, everybody.
Happy holidays.
Yeah. Merry Christmas.
And Happy New Year. So, thanks for I appreciate the DEI. Inclusivity.
Is it Hanukkah?
Yeah,
Any-
of course.
Anyway.
Merry Christmas. Let us pray.
Pondoff's Anonymous is hosted by Chris Pondoff with Zoe Mendenhall and Jeff Allen. Produced, engineered, mixed, and filmed by Jeff Allen. Recorded at Illinois Recovery Center in the Pondoff's Anonymous studios. Music by McCall. The track is Anti-Hero. This podcast shares stories. It's not a substitute for professional help. If you need support, visit pondoffsanonymous.com and contact us.